May your heart be your guiding key. This mantra really represents my thoughts on the cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts. As you are aware, fans have been calling for Kingdom Hearts to be ported to the Switch, and as of the past few days, we have gotten a trailer showing us the long-awaited cloud versions of the Kingdom Hearts series. And while you might think the trailers are a good indication of what's to come, oh, my friends, don't even bother. While I have not played the demos of the Kingdom Hearts cloud versions for the Switch myself, I have seen what other people have done with the demo, and by God, I usually don't care about the technicalities of a game as long as it does its job and is able to be playable. But the Switch versions of Kingdom Hearts, it's a downright travesty that games that are 2 decades old at this point, made for systems that are significantly weaker than the Switch, can't run at a good, enjoyable pace to enjoy the games in the first place. Just watching the trailers, the game stutters, the game lags. We live in a world where the internet connection is pretty good in most places of the world. But if you are required to have such a good internet connection to have the game run normally, then whoever was in charge of porting the Kingdom Hearts games to the Switch really messed up. I have yet to see it run as smoothly as it does anywhere else on YouTube with the Switch. And the real embarrassment is that the Switch can handle Kingdom Hearts games. It plays Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories, but it can't play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, none of them. It can't play any of those. I mean, it would surprise me if the cutscene only games couldn't run properly on this game when they're just cutscenes. 3 and 2.8 I understand. They are much more modern games for a console not as powerful as the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. That I understand. But the older games? Really? How do you manage that? Not to mention, here's another problem with the Kingdom Hearts series on cloud. So yeah, the blueprints were established with content-heavy games like The Witcher and Doom Eternal, and I've played Doom Eternal on the Switch, so what is the excuse here? Was Square just lazy and just wanted to get the game out on the Switch with the possible in hopes of turning up a profit? With the bare minimum effort possible? Well, with that backlash, I highly doubt that's going to happen, and only the most desperate of fans are going to buy it on the Switch. I've played the games on the Epic Game Store on my computer, and while it is no substitute for having a full-fledged gaming console dedicated to the task, it still runs better than what the Switch is capable of, because here's the problem with the cloud version. You can only play them for so long. Because once that server is shut down in the years to come, you won't be able to access the game anymore. So all the work you put into it for the past few months is now gone, essentially rendering the entire point of playing the game worthless. Not to mention that the cloud versions themselves, due to relying on the internet, require you to always have a constant internet connection to play, so you can't play it on the go, defeating the purpose of the Switch to begin with. So I would really recommend that you guys save your money for this game if it ever comes to Switch natively without having the cloud versions, because I've heard the cloud versions are not that good to begin with, and Kingdom Hearts does nothing to change that. I want to experience the game in its full-fledged glory. I have it for the PS4, and I intend to eventually bring it to my YouTube channel for that reason. But if for those of you who don't have it, and want to experience the game in some format, either watch it on YouTube or buy it from the Epic Game Store, because it'd be worth more than having it on the Switch and playing it over the internet. But anyway, that's my thoughts. If you like this video, subscribe to be notified when more content arrives on this channel.